New monitoring stations will better alert people to floods. In Philadelphia, officials can now impound the cars of anyone caught dumping trash. SEPTA cuts are creeping closer, and a rare creature was seen just vibing in a lake. I'm Claudia DeMiro, and you're listening to Today in PA. 30 new weather stations are getting installed all across the state, reports PennLive. This comes as part of an upgrade to the Pennsylvania Integrated Flood Warning and Observation System, or iFLOWS 2.0, which is an ongoing effort between the Commonwealth, Penn State, local schools, and federal agency as a way to grapple with an increase in extreme and hazardous weather and flooding in the state. These stations will help meteorologists and emergency officials to better track severe weather and flooding in real time, and to provide more timely alerts to the public. They'll be placed largely on school properties and will even align with new K-12 weather-related curriculum. The station should all be up by this time next year. Illegal dumping is a huge problem in Philadelphia, as some Philadelphia listeners may be aware of, reports NBC 10. In fact, according to city data, Philadelphia spends more than $48 million every year on efforts to address litter and illegal dumping, 89% of which goes toward cleanup efforts. But there's a new law in town. This law will now let officials impound the cars of anyone caught on camera in the act of illegally dumping trash in the city. This new ordinance will hopefully help increase enforcement and stop illegal dumping before it happens. There will also be fines, which will hit up to $1,000. SEPTA service cuts and increased fares are creeping closer, states Billy Penn. And while the State House passed a budget bill in June that was almost $300 million, it's unclear how much of it would go to SEPTA to help address its $213 million recurring deficit. Until the budget is fully approved and the allocations made clear, 32 bus routes will be eliminated starting August 24th, and rail service will experience cuts. Then, bus and metro fares will increase to $2.90 on September 1st. Then in January, 24 more bus routes will be cut, a rail curfew will take effect, and 2 trolley lines will become bus lines. Services could come back if funding is secured, but if not, it's encouraged that commuters have a game plan for getting to work and school. What the State Department of Environmental Protection called a quote-unquote incredibly rare creature was caught on video in Lake Erie the other day at Presque Isle Bay, says CBS local Pittsburgh. A super tiny freshwater jellyfish just hanging out in the water. Apparently these guys are usually stuck to the bottom of a body of water as a little polyp, but every so often they grow to a recognizable jellyfish shape and size. Freshwater jellyfish are purportedly very hard to find because of this, even though they're in a bunch of streams, rivers, and ponds around the continent. This particular one is also known as the peach blossom jellyfish. Happy Friday, you guys, and first day of August. Dang, did July fly by. To stay up to date over the weekend, pay a visit to PennLive.com. Also, please remember to rate this podcast and to review it if you can. Thanks ahead of time, and as always, thanks for sticking with us. I'm Claudia DeMiro, and Monday starts another week of Today in PA.